Hey Joe, Ben here, just going through your video. Thanks for bearing the cold weather here at President's Day, and we wish you the best this season. I did find some things to chat about in regards to your swing that I think would really help you, and let's go ahead and get started here. One thing I did see in regards to our swing is let's talk about our land foot. So when we get in our stance is okay, pretty good shape, you're athletic, your hands are in a good spot. I do like the barrel and your hands to be in the position that they're at. Your eyes are on the baseball, so your stance is fine in regards to that. I would take your knees in and just kind of point them in a little bit, which would point your toes in just a hair. That's going to get you a little bit more athletic and get that weight more inside of our feet, which is going to give us more power into the baseball. A couple of the things that are really important to work on once we get into this land foot here. So once that land foot hits, I want you to really focus on this area of your swing, which is where your hands and your barrels are. You'll notice as I go into land foot of how much your hands drop, and also your bottom hand in regards to how much it extends, or what we call a lockout. It makes it turn into casting. It makes us slow to the ball, lose power, swing falls apart, faster pitching, we get jammed. There's a ton of things in regards to what happens when this front arm, that bottom arm, really straightens out too early. So those are the two biggest things we need to work on. You'll see how much those hands drop. Your bat angle should be kind of this way. And right now, if I just change colors here, your angle kind of goes the opposite way because your hands drop, which means what happens when my hands drop is I have to go flat or I have to go at an upward angle. So as my hands drop through, they're going to kind of go this way compared to working more downhill. So it's important to know when we're working that your hands and your bottom arm, instead of being locked out right here, they should be locked out right at contact. So instead of locked out, your hands are kind of locking out here, whereas you want to lock them out at contact. See, this is correct the way it looks at contact. You have that nice V, and that's actually pretty good at contact, but it's slow to get there. See how that nice V, those hands are lined up, palm up, palm down, head's on the ball, your head is on your back leg. So at position of contact, you're in pretty good shape. But it's going to make you really slow to the ball if we get our arms locked, kind of way back here a little bit. So very important, some drills to do is you want to kind of start with maybe take a small bat and just kind of rest it on your shoulder, but you can see kind of right here where you're going to have that arm be in a pretty good 90-degree angle. And what you want to do is you want to rest that bat on your shoulder, and then you just want to have the bat go straight out in front. So you want to have your angle, you want to have your hands kind of go from here and then to here and kind of work this way downhill compared to the way that they're going now. You're kind of dropping your hands down in here and kind of going this way to the ball, if that makes sense. So it's very important. Some drills you can do is we used to put trash cans kind of stacked over here, or you can put a tee where you can kind of have just kind of a bucket and put a tee up on top and make sure that your hands have to not knock the ball off the tee. So if you kind of place a ball right here, you want to have it to where your hands kind of have to go this way down to the baseball. And you'll see here, if I take these two out and just kind of continue, you see that your hands kind of would hit that ball off the tee, or hit that bucket, or hit that trash can. So I think that'd be a really good drill to focus on getting to contact as short, as quick as possible, because right now this is called casting, and this is going to make us really long to the baseball. So you can see right here, if I back you up one frame, of where our arms lock. And that's huge in regards to hitting. So the exciting thing, and this is going to make a really big difference in your swing once we figure this out, to get to that downward angle, because you can see my hands go below the baseball. Trying to think if you missed underneath the ball or on top of the baseball here. But I want you to work on more of a downward angle, hitting the top part of the ball, focusing on line drives. The other thing at this point, too, you'll see that your knees are pretty close together. And at the end, you probably want your knees to be in this area. You probably want your knees here and your knee there. So you probably want to bring that back foot to be back here more, and that's going to create some more power. Your head in line with our knees are in pretty good shape. This is a good angle. Your front side is nice and firm, and that's in pretty good shape too. But I think that biggest thing is working on that barring. The other thing at the end too, make sure that front foot doesn't open up too much. You can see kind of it's pointing at the pitcher, so make sure that that stays there. And then this back one has to be a little bit taller. You can see how that back foot, that heel stays on the ground. So make sure that heel gets nice and high. So spread out those knees a little bit, get that knee, get that back foot, that logo of your shoe to face up towards the sky, and that's definitely going to help you. Let's go into our next swing here and let's see if we get the same result. A good thing for you is be taking pitches. You'll see as I go that your hands drop. So your hands start actually really well where they should. But then once you go into striding, your hands just kind of drop on you. So it's just very important to make sure